1 2 1 2. This is your boy Lally Boy back with another small video. This time my thing is about EWI. I'm gonna teach you a little. I'm gonna give you a short lesson about EWI and not so much the fingering, but one of the skills and how I got into it. Actually, I'm a musician. I play different instruments, and I wanted to get into a wind control. I didn't really want to invest time learning to play a sax or trumpet, a flute, and with all that comes with that. So I actually got the AK USB that I can play whatever songs I want. So that I'm not tied to basically a sax song or a trumpet or flute. I had no idea into learning the thing. There's no way to get lessons here that I could think of besides taking traditional sax lessons here in the islands. So I actually got this on Amazon and been messing around with now for about 2.5 years. And it's a really nice instrument. And I use it to play while I'm gigging. But I must say that it took me a while to learn the EWI fingerings, which in the EWI fingerings, you could set it, but it comes with a software, you could set that. You're just using these 6 buttons. You're not using any of these, which are more for saxophone players. If you're a saxophone player and you take up the EWI, you can use it with saxophone fingering, but I'm not a sax player. Any particular place I use mainly for EWI settings. But anyhow, so I got it. I started practicing. I watched a few videos on the EWI then, and then I got into it. But then a lot of what I learned is through trial and error, and I actually started learning the skills. So I'm going to show you. You could get you could play all the scales with just these 6 buttons. And these buttons do not move. They're basically just touch sensitive buttons. So if you touch them, you create a note. And I'm going to start with C. And there's in the EWI fingering, there's a few ways to get C. You get C by just holding this note, this particular key. You get C by holding this key. You get C by holding this key. And I think you could, if you try to mix the fingering with some of these, you can still also get C by doing a few more things. But I'm not going to get into that aspect of it. You can see when I'm holding it, there's a thumb rest on the hair, and I'm holding it out like this so you can see what I'm playing. But if I was playing it, it would be more closer to my stomach and to the back here. If you can see really good, this is the 4-octave rollers, and just these 2 rolls and these 2 here stationary, but they're very touch sensitive, and that is my most difficult part with this stuff is that then your finger touches this and it changes the octave. And there's also a glide plate here for doing soft portamento. But I'm going to show you how to play the C scale. You can see, and they say I'm holding, I have my fingers on all of the keys so that it helps me position myself for playing it. My thumb is on the thumb rest. My fingers is in here on the octave keys. And actually this particular note I'm holding is D note, but I'm not starting with D. I'm just holding it like this because it makes it comfortable to hold the instrument rather than just trying to hold it with your thumb. It doesn't work that way. And one of the things I must say about this instrument is that me coming from keyboards and guitar and stuff like that, those instruments you have where one key or one note or one string represent a particular note. Where here in this instrument was a bit of a learning curve because that is not the case with wind instruments, and I'm not a wind player per se. So I had to figure out how to change my thinking for that. Cause like this particular holding all the notes down, with my finger on all the notes produces the note D. But on a guitar, I could hold, there's a D string, I can find the D note. And that's not, I'm not talking about a chord. Also on the piano, I can hold the C note down or the D note down, and it's just one finger used to play the C note or the D note. And they say I had to get used to this. So it was a really tough time transitioning the brain to think that way, but nonetheless, I was able to figure it out, and I'm going to show you how I would play the C scale from C to C. So it starts off, and again, since it's a wind instrument, wind control, I'm doing basically blowing into it. So I'm going to start off, and I'm going to name the notes as I play. So I'm holding the first note, and that's C. I put my finger on all six. That's D. I lift my ring finger on the right hand, and this is going to give me E. I lift my middle finger on the same right hand, that's going to give me F. By removing all my fingers, it's going to give me just these three top keys up here. It's going to give me G. You see, I still have my thumb on the thumb rest. By removing the ring finger on my left hand, it's going to give me A. And by removing my middle finger, it's going to give me B. And by going up one finger on the stair, that gives me C, back to C, or this is C, or this. So you can see that the C scale is really easy. It's starting from, I can start like this. Also, besides these 6 buttons that I have here, there's a small little one right in between. It's called a bass key, like what you would find on most instruments. And they say holds the B flat note. But I'm not going to get into that today, since B flat is basically not in the C scale. It's in like the C dominant scale, but I'm not getting into that. But let me show you again. I'm going to start off playing C up here. And then I'm going to reverse that. Now you will see that if I'm actually playing the instrument, I normally would be holding it more closer to me. I'm putting that here so you can see what my fingers are doing, but in a real life playing position, I will have the instrument more close to my stomach. So that is the with EWI fingerings, which is only these 6 buttons. That is the C scale. For anyone who's getting involved in it, I'm going to do it for you again so you can see it. So hope you enjoy this video, short video demonstrating the C scale on the EWI using EWI fingerings. And I'll be back with a short tutorial, do maybe a little demo where I'm playing through the scale on a backing track. After this video is another short video. So hit me up. Peace out. This is your boy Laddie Boy.